Good morning, everybody. I am Tashi, and I'm here with Quill.
Hello.
And I am here to look at everything. Haha!
You're starting a new arc today, which would be a much shorter one, because they're all a much shorter one, except maybe the one I'm working on now.
I mean, no, this is the other way around. This is not short, the other was long.
Okay. Well, I said shorter than comparison.
Yeah? And we don't know if there's gonna be another Alexi emote, but we know there's gonna be someone else emote here. Because the title is The Mascot of the arc. And I'm gonna assume it's gonna be about Shark, who has not been introduced yet.
Yeah, you know, your best clue about that is stories you've read elsewhere, in like the Sky Dancer, and actually that's it. That's it.
I mean, yeah, he only appeared there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said before that I actually like that character, so.
Good. Yeah, he's one smooth criminal.
If it's him, I'm gonna be happy. If not, because the Mascot can be literally anybody, that is in the name that it's a Mascot, it's Joker.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to be someone who can use multiple personas.
Why so serious?
No, I meant the persona Joker. But yeah, I think yeah, the Batman Joker was a Mascot too, so yeah. I mean, for all we know, it could even be trouble. Oh, this one.
Oh yeah, they're very wild.
But I can definitely say that Vision is gonna be involved in this session. Because I don't know if you noticed, but Vision is actually capitalized. It's not a matter of Vision, it's a matter of Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. I have no idea what music do we want in the beginning, so let's do this. Why not? No, not this one. There you go. Right card, part 1. A meta vision.
Before you start, I want to mention that for the first 3 chapters of this arc, when I first wrote it, I had such a clear picture of what I'm writing about. I struggle with every chapter after that.
That is shut out. You didn't take a photograph to look at it. I mean, that's how it goes.
It's just I had to work out a lot of details about what the adventure was in, who was involved, what their names were, what their personalities was. I had to invent so much from scratch. But this first 3 chapters went by as a breeze. I was able to foresee them long before I wrote it.
Yeah,
That's why I wrote these pretty clearly and quickly.
It's usually like this when you know the big picture of how you wanna end with and how you wanna start, but in the middle it's gonna be a blur.
Yeah. Sometimes the ending's clear too. It tends to be in the middle. That's the most blurriest part.
Yeah? But we are gonna look at it from the perspective of the Doctor. For now. Let me just say. How are we gonna swap between perspectives if this is so short? Hmm.
Like we were saying earlier with the middle parts of blankets, it reminds me of a joke from a South Park where these underpants gnomes had three phases to their plan. Phase 1, steal underpants. Phase 2, Phase 3, profit.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start. I want your back instead of TARDIS. Go to the door, then I literally assist with my enter your back by surrounding the door. To do this, I have to stand on my hands and toes, which does not feel natural to me anymore, but it's definitely like it should be. I mean, no. I also remove my bowler hat, in order to wipe my forehead off sweat. After that, I look at my forearms and frown at them. I still miss my hands, but somehow I'm still holding my hat with my logic defying a fairly magnetic like hook. Logic. I'll not apply here. And you used to be the kind of person who just shout things like this of this simply and say, it's magic. What can you expect? I mean, in this world, it should be usual. But lately, it has been my reality exactly. I should have gone further. Then I look at my hat more thoughtfully, and I think about the big hat I saw young Miss yelling with a lip tone. A mare who would like to call herself their Lou whenever she wanted. I just faced a shaggy adventure with her, and she explored the mythical lost continent, then dumped her off in the home city of Manhattan. So this is after the first arc.
Yeah. And before Tainted Paradise, the doctor's not arrived there yet in this perspective.
I'm not sure. It might actually be in at the same time. Because we have not seen what the doctor was doing in the meantime. I think of the name. Manhattan. Haha! Those other little ponies and the hotspots. Anyway, this has got me thinking about Miss Lou's recent adventures. I have her to it. But now that I'm done, I can have one thing back to a time when someone else did a similar service for me. I had a date when I had a mentor. But a few times those who showed me I did not have to follow the status quo if I don't want to. I don't think I remember a mentor. It might be, but I didn't see it yet. It was scary to take those initial few steps, but after a while, I started to realize how valuable the lessons were. Eventually, I became almost proud to be a human. I'm proud to be a human. What today it eventually led to me being the last time not to survive to have more, at least seemingly for a while. I had to conclude I was doing something right. But thinking back to my mentor, it makes me realize how homesick I feel. I don't run on this often, but whenever I do, I find the of those things deep into my heart. Some of the memories of my good era.
Actually, it says hearts.
I mean, I try to say that, but my accents are not really that loud.
Okay.
There have been times I wish I could time travel, but I know you can. To see the eyes of my own younger self, to see my own youthful look again. It's been so long since I found that inwardly. I don't think there's a limit on the TARDIS time travel. Is there?
Well,
I mean,
kind of is. It sounds like he can't land on the exact same spot and time the TARDIS landed before because TARDIS is away. And it's been strongly implied there's a problem with returning to Gallifrey, where his younger self would be.
Because they have gotten to the point where the universe is gone. They could come out to the end of the universe.
Besides that, the Doctor's currently in another reality.
I mean, yeah. You know what? I think we can have this inclusion that, yeah, you can travel back in time as long as you want, but not in your own timeline.
Alright. If he manages to make it back to Gallifrey now, he'd be the one populated by Pony Farm.
Yeah?
That's never been in the world. It's just the closest approximation to it that's left.
I mean, we don't know that it's a wholly different planet, so it could be just normal humanoids.
Yeah, it could be drastically different there for all we know.
Yeah. But I can. Something truly are lost in the past. Even the time machine, that every area is open for me to return to. Even if I could pull it off, other consequences would follow. I mean, isn't that what you plan to do to stop the time war to begin with?
Well, yeah, kind of. Trying to change history on purpose in this one case.
But if you can get back to it, then how? I saw my mother and moved my head on the door behind me, and I think back to young Miss Lewis' youthful smile. The pony was a soul of an adventurer, and as such, she really is a kind of spirit. Not just because she is willing to be an explorer, but also a hero. I love that reminder that I'm not alone out here, when it comes to that very important fact. I even considered getting her join me. That is important. That is important. I am not alone in my struggles. I think Miss Kate love, but she found less something about herself. Someday, she might do that for others. Knowingly. It could even be myself one day. Then, I look forward, and I sweep my gaze across the empty TARDIS across the room. Other than the spirit of the TARDIS itself. I'm kind of used to seeing my ship like this, but I have to admit, it does feel empty whenever it is less than its full potential somehow. I mean, yeah, you left Father and others outside in the other timeline.
And yeah, this is the point where he dumped them off, left, finished the adventure with young Daring Do, and that part's complete.
Yeah.
He has not returned from them yet.
I smile a bit, and my mind spins back to a time when the ship had other forms. Different faces and voices used to roam these halls and rooms, including my own. I hear them echo like a ghost, and I think back, year after year, century after century. So many memories took place here. I wonder how many more there will be at the true end of my journey. A lot. Each of my precious companions, the reason why here is also a reminder of my future goals. My plans have grown.
Keep in mind you're reading for the Doctor right now.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
come from the human universe. So even in his eternal thoughts, he would not be ponyfied unless he's cracking a joke.
I mean, I can hear him laughing in his own head.
Yeah?
My plans have grown since those good explorer days. You know what? I can imagine him polifying words and then Polizar looking at him like, you are crazy, we are not polifying those words. We never use that word. Now, I'm expanding my network. I can't believe I haven't thought of that a long time ago. In plenty of ways, I did. But the Russians didn't have their own TARDIS. Who are they?
His companions.
Ah! When you find told back before. I felt suddenly when I could have made how similar my new clothes are, and how they closely compare with my people, and that has always done with others. They might not have always been willing to admit it, but they did have an arrogant pride, as they loaded themselves over others. They didn't like to think themselves as the ultimate arbiters, especially over the issues of time, and the name Time Lord. I mean, no, that's usually the thing with long-living creatures. In all of them. Just look at Princess Celestia. Right?
Oh, yeah, kind of.
I mean, in a sense, Princess Celestia could be a Time Lord.
Well, I still think of her as a wise and benevolent ruler, no matter what some critics think. And that is not always the objective of the Time Lords. What they have in common is they see themselves as
What they have in common is they are ordered almost all of Terran.
oh yeah, that's true.
I imagine the first time they see Dalek. And the Daleks come by, where is the doctor? Exterminate! I mean, I imagine that's why the whole thing started, because they were searching for the doctor, and they found out that these are the same species. Otherwise, they would still have used the exterminate mission. Did we ever see the Time Lord actually meeting the Dalek the first time? Or was it never touched upon?
Maybe. I haven't finished the series myself, but the Time War was not televised.
Ah, so yeah, so no.
when the show got canceled after the um, Seventh Doctor, that's when the British television shows stopped airing it. It picked it up in America for one movie, and then when they resumed again for the Ninth Doctor, all of a sudden the Time War was done, and it was using that as a justified excuse why he's the last of the Time Lord.
Yeah, makes sense.
We only got exposition. What happened in the Time War? I think that's still true, unless you go to some of the audiobooks or novels. Then they will tell me more about what happened during.
I mean, we don't know how incanon they are, so because they are all just written down things of people telling about people telling.
Well, oh, yeah, you could debate the canability if you want to, but some of the audiobooks actually include actual actors that played their parts before.
But yeah, I'm gonna use the word of a different YouTuber. They were too busy dying to write down everything that happened.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes sense that we don't remember. And we know that the winners write history, and there were no winners in the Time War, no matter what anyone said.
You know, I think the Doctor would agree with you from everything I can tell.
They
And
stopped
that's
the
why
Daleks, yes, they stopped the Daleks, but they didn't win the war.
it was ever since then, the Time War, that he started to become a bit bitter about soldiers and weapons and missiles and all that.
I mean, yeah, that happens to all the people who go to the war.
He used to be more okay with them, and he was even in a military once. Part of the Third Doctor, especially. Member called Unit.
Yeah, that's when he was going storm to begin with.
Anyway, go ahead, continue.
I can try to go through myself that my methods and yours were different. That it will be a much more collaborative project between myself and and whoever else I have to recruit. Maybe some of them will be fellow Time Lords too, but most likely the vast majority won't be. This will make of that what it will. I can't help but getting the desperate home. If I can tame the Time War, then might include the Polish equivalent of my own people too. Someday, I might not be the only hero of my race out there. Instead of the squad and the low judging. Or worse, sometimes. The thing about the ego, it plays with our heads. Also, why temptation can get difficult to this? Especially for a race that lives as long as I do. In a way, that's probably why I don't easily trust or feel comfortable around the fellow immortals. It's too easy to convince myself that they might have lost that useful spark in themselves to keep them in contact with everyone else. When this is gone, what is left usually wouldn't avoid to get a good of the universe. I mean, yeah.
You could probably understand that attitude. I remember even watching a video about that, how to write for immortals, where some of them could be callous and empty, like this ancient vampire that has hardly any emotion. Humanity was drained in that person long ago. That particular video was trying to challenge the concept of what about writing for immortals who've not lost that spark of youth, who love staying involved and loves exploring and generally happy. And then you ask yourself, why is that the case?
We have Peter Celestial right there.
Yeah, right. You have to understand the characters and what their motives are. Being a dry block of wood is not the only option.
Yeah, but it still depends on how long they were alone. Or how many people they have lost.
what the doctor said in that paragraph indicates a distrust towards immortals who tend to lose that spark.
Yeah.
And that's what his general mindset is. It often happens.
And this says, Celestia is not immortal. Just long-living creature.
Yeah, yeah, she wouldn't recover from death quite as easily.
In the eyes of the doctor, she might be just a little baby.
Although I guess that's an untested theory. How mortal she really can be.
I mean,
I
yeah.
could trust that over 1,000 years, maybe some attempts in her life had taken place, but they're not successful so far, so there you go. Or are they?
I mean, the last episode actually is saying to me that no, they are getting older.
Maybe it is some part of some people's heads canons that someone had tried and successfully poisoned Princess Celestia, and then she recovered from it just fine because she really can't die.
I mean, someone had tried to poison Princess Celestia before. With some pancakes. It wasn't the goal, but they did. I smiled to myself a bit, but I think back how this new adventure that I just concluded just suddenly. I was just minding my own business and cooling off in Pulliver. The Mrs. Mayor showed up at my door, who called himself Larry Lou. He handed me a message. Then said she, wait, oh shoot, the message, I completely forgot all that. He was supposed to give the message to someone.
No, he's supposed to. He received the message. He simply didn't.
Ah. Oh, wait. No, they knew was delivering the message to him.
Correct. It was in a flash drive, which the majority of the ponies wouldn't recognize, but he did. And whoever made that device would know about it too.
Yeah. But at least I still know where it is. At least I still knew where it is with an E. And then when I look at it, it's not gonna be there. It happened to me before that. I know my key is right there. But when I have to leave. Oh wait, where's my key? Where's my key?
It's still present tense. He knows where it is right now.
Yeah. At least he thinks he knows where it is.
Correct. Yeah.
I walked my way to...
Very frequently in my life, I got used to the phrase from my mother, "Where is my keys?"
Yeah? Or even better when you have glasses and you put it on your head. Where are my glasses?
Yep.
I'm on my way to, well, I suppose short is a more apt term, but whatever. I mean, I would say short is more like power walking. Police can walk too. Anyway, I made my way to the TARDIS control, and soon I suppose what I'm looking for. I mean, there's not too many things in the TARDIS at the moment, so...
Yeah.
I pick up the flash drive again. I get marvel how I can do that with my hose. I could have made that was my me on it. The exciting and perhaps also the actions are made into a flash drive, you know. I think that's an access run. But yeah, fine. Let's spin the monitor in front of me. Just read what's on it. Ha! You've been pranked! I see you still don't have antivirus on the ship.
The TARDIS will self-destruct in 3, 2.
I mean, that would explain why he was not coming back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Usually, I see 2 items there. One of them is a symbol, that's why that says in me on it. But I don't put them in the item that within that. I was thinking the in me file first, but the other of that other mistake folder, and then it's me a lot more. I knew that he would do that. And then go back to find that, oh wait, the first one is in the in me file. I find your myself compatible by it was. It, there's several other documents, and some different types of documents. So there are documents and documents in there.
Yeah, but different types of them.
I found one of them, and find it looks like the next expansion. Don't even know Excel?
Sure. You'd be more familiar with it than most of the ponies would. I'll tell you what, though, I suspect Twilight would love it.
Yeah? Yoshi loves her spreadsheets.
She loves organization, and that's a tool for that.
Oh, yeah. But you can make it so chaotic that it can be a mess.
Turns out her father would love that too.
I mean, my bosses love it as well because we have all the technology, but they are still using Excel. And everybody might I add you that they are linked across every different spreadsheet, and it takes like 10 minutes to load up one because of the man linking. Because them multiple times when we need to open it. I think you should look at the information. At first, I can make heads or tails of it. It looks like just a random number of items, with a price and date. The calendar system of this file is interesting, though. If I didn't know better, I would say it is. Could be
You're trying to
anything.
guess? Okay.
I mean, there are different types of dates and there are different items. I mean, if I knew what the items are, I might have a better put on this. Given that this list is given to you by Miss Snow, this might actually be the list of items that she gathered on her adventures.
No, she's just the messenger. Someone else told her to do it. In fact, I'll straight up tell you his vision. Future vision.
Then if it's a vision, then it can be anything, literally.
Well, probably something involving the Time Walkers.
You know what it is? It's a bunch of spoilers.
Okay.
I guess pretty sure, but I realized these are cheap manifest objective Western. That I would have never gotten. What's the document of them too? I remember almost utterly, and I go listening while my mind is almost numb. I recently tried and failed to get a hold on one of these. There's no mission, and a bunch of innocent ooze on the ship. To crash into some place. And now, someone added happened to give me what I sold? Unbelievable! Unfreaking believable! Hello, Irony, my old friend! I mean, it would be funny if there was a pony named Irony. Especially since they don't use the irony.
Yeah,
The
it turns
next
out
video.
very strict military pony.
No, it has to be something like
Commander Irony.
there you go. That's irony. Who's in this?
I am Irony Man.
I mean, it can be a abbreviation of Iron Pony. Irony. Who in this? Who the hell did this unbelievable service for me? I kiss and kick whoever this is, but I need to target first. I was wanting to make my way to the raid me text file and open it. When I do, I saw the words I think they took the file very carefully because I feel something that happened to figure out who did this. Dear Doctor, by now you have undoubtedly seen this file and opened the other folder with nice foolish leap and discovered the true astonishment that I secured that which you sold in the recent repair mission. You will be pleased to know that my crew and I have also managed to secure not only several of the Castiel ship's manifests, but also 2 out of the 5 of her minions. We all have also returned them to the homeworld for you. Only 5 were lost. I thought there were more of them. After some waiting for a moment to sort of catch my breath, I leaned on and I pressed my forwards forward to TARDIS control room in the forward V formation. I should have played and must have flagged because of it. When I recovered enough to read on, I looked back at the screen and do so. To be fair, you will need to give us some assistance. But you basically can't war against the Castians because of what they had done. They remembered your promise. They actually took you seriously. That in turn meant they were focused on detecting with you. If that didn't occur to them, then they would also need to guard themselves on other fronts. That in turn facilitated a smoother operation for my crew and I. I mean, yeah, that's a well-known thing in war tactics. In real life war tactics as well. When you are pushing forward a formation in the front and actually the main part of your warfare is actually on the going around behind them. Oh my god! I know who this is. He didn't say it, but I can feel it. He is behind her everyone. I mean, it would be funny if it wasn't her. This is Vision, a future version of Vision. I can almost feel it taunting me, tantalizing me with hints of my future potential. Yeah, and you left me pony meal, huh? I sighed, and I realized once again how badly I had underestimated the Nintendo Philly. To be fair, I had really done. But now, it is clear as day to me how certainly she was meant for a destiny like this. I have probably asked this before. Do we actually know what happened to his granddaughter?
Susan?
Yeah?
Yeah, we've never seen her after she was departed from. And it's her grandfather that actually locked her out of the TARDIS. When I finally caught up to that episode.
I didn't see
She
that
was,
episode, that's why I asked it.
yeah, she was a bit torn, but she was starting to fall in love with someone else. But despite that, she was so loyal to the Doctor, she would have done following him, and kind of not really develop more of a life for herself. So, yeah. And it was
So she
painful,
just left,
but
she didn't
no, she was prevented from entering the ship, and then the Doctor left.
ah. Okay,
As far as I can tell, that's absolutely the last time. Time will tell if I will watch more of the episodes, but I think that's it. She's just completely gone for the.
I mean, it's like Peter Pan. You lost the magic. You can't travel with the TARDIS anymore.
When they were written in the show back then, the Doctor and Susan, they didn't realize they were Time Lords or anything like that, and the word still hasn't appeared up to season 4. Nevertheless, that is what she is, so it's kind of interesting to think about what happened to her after.
Also, your voice getting off a little bit sometimes.
That probably is internet connection issues.
Yeah, if I would hear this and hear what you were saying, it was like, I had, he's here and, there was
That's
another
also
thing I heard like that.
It's also possible microphone issues where it gets confused to listen to me or some background noise and that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, probably.
Like I can't hear your dogs unless you're talking time and barking.
Yeah, it might be because of the noise reduction. But it makes sense too. the version of Vision was there in the format of it when I first confronted the Galaxy Commander and made certain permissions. Everything from the moment onward has happened into this. Step by step, he was there during the most pivotal point of my journey. I mean, she doesn't have to be there to know the future in the past.
Yeah, it's true. But if she was, she can outright remember instead of just trans-channel it.
I really into
And that's if she actually remembers. Now, you might not remember everything in your childhood, but
I
if you
certainly
were,
don't.
I know, but if you were in adventures like this, it might. Hold on.
Phone call.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
I was trying to get to it. Identify with. Honestly, no. I'm not trying to answer it. But I will at least. Like. Yeah, go, continue.
I really need to get her back from Bolivia and work on the plan I had somehow. Let's look to Kelly and the medical advice she gave the young Penny. The fast and efficient methods to improve the young force has is there. But all it will do is announce any extra effort made. The effort is actually a safe place before any real progression is done. And look back at the document and read on. By now, you are the nothing who will type this message for you. As that, and allow you to evaluate with. Oh, now you are really just taunting me. Huh? I suppose I love it, so I let this slip this time. But when I go back in your timeline, I will whip your ass. The future completion of the remaining 3 alpha males shall occur in due time, but in the meantime, there are other resources that must be set in place. They include a nice tomb, so which servers aboard my ship, at a time. And yes, I can type on of my own ways. I've done this move for you, Doctor, so that your heart can rest easier. I need you to do the same for me, whereas a critical element I have in place will be there. A second thought. This mission, you will also find Pastor Alternative. In many ways, I can make it too. I'm doing what I can to keep the war rolling, but you are the one who is going to have to start initially. Discover in the fire, Wildcard, will be the need-to-know basis of your next mission. I wrote it in that one because I knew that you would not open that one. I wasn't too precise with it to give you some flexibility, but follow what I have typed to the letter. Follow me, and trust me, this is important. And please, always remember, Doctor, that you are not alone in your struggles out there. You are planting many important seeds out there, and many more to come. You're providing for them well too. Don't be surprised that they provide you shade now and then, when they finally grow up. You can this, Doctor. You know my preferred tool to this, right?
No? Oh, yes.
You do know. Together, we can show the shape of the future to be more ideal for us all than your past. Ever much and upward, and you are so fun to say. To the stars and the infinity beyond. Sincerely, a fellow captain and a grateful friend. You know what? It would be funny if in the end, sincerely, I don't win. Just to taunt you even more that you missed the name. It is almost nothing to me to see sometimes give a manifestation of all my plans. This is a reminder that this isn't just about me anymore, or my plan. Their plan has evolved way beyond it. It's sort of taking on a new life of its own. It's eerie, but in a pleasant way. Hearing this message from the future vision, who is now talking to me, as if she is an equal. I mean, she is or even bigger than you at that moment, probably. If she has flown through all the stars, just as Logan I have. I mean, there's a possibility. But in a very powerful and meaningful way, that's what it feels like beyond this message. And then a TARDIS captain out there, that's setting things up. And I, even get to say feeling, is doing it way more efficiently. I am not sure how, but perhaps me saying has something to do with it. She was saying she can have very precise prophetic visions of the future too. Precise enough that she can apparently narrate them with confidence. I mean, we don't even know if she is driving the same TARDIS or her own TARDIS. Because time reminds me stuff.
Sure.
I mean, to me from a timeline where the Doctor has already found out how to go back to his own timeline and left us TARDIS behind here.
Something like that had occurred to me too before I wrote this.
But we know that there are multiple TARDISes left behind in Paradise.
The Hall of Paradise, yes. Magi homeworld.
Yeah, and they plan to take them.
Correct?
So there's a possibility of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
The man behind this money doesn't feel like mortal anymore. He probably is, but she doesn't seem that way. I mean, we don't know that. She might be just a Time Lord. At this moment, a time lately. She's way too confident and assertive, yet that is an overly possible way. She's even bossing me around now. There's just something behind her language that sounds like, if you do this, then this will surely happen. I know. I have seen it. I mean, because that is literally what's happening right here. He has seen it. I mean to wonder, who is really masterminding this whole operation at this point? The guy of like vision has somehow surpassed me. And now, he's sitting in the admiral's chair, and completely commanding the whole fleet full of citizens. I mean, yeah, he probably could. He very well could be a DM in this campaign. I pushed myself away from the console and instead of saying, and I realized that if she can handle this position well, and even need to have the guy that's also on a good future, then I don't mind surrendering my boss key to her. It would be a relief, in fact. I mean, I use the editors, but the Doctor would actually prefer to be a player in the meantime as well, so...
Yeah, if he's behind a competent whose motives he can trust, then yeah, I that case. I don't know where I got the hint, but I'm confident. So that's why I wrote it.
I think, and I also realized this also feels unsettling, but at least very different. For so long in many centuries and words I've had others look up to me. Now that I am in this position itself, I can help but wonder where we are really going, and how far we will need to go to get there. It's also possible that this man might even have a better and clear vision. Getting of my future than I ever did. And she gave me an neutral nod and said, "It's you, son, but I can do what several times better. Follow me, and I'll show you how." Well then, it's getting exciting. Let's see how deep this habit hole goes. Then, I open up the wildcard document carefully to read my mission briefing. In the end, I look at the words. This document may serve as in 10, 9, 8. And I was right. This chapter was too short to go through all different perspectives. So this is the end.
Uh-huh.
Remember in the beginning I said that, oh, we are going to move the perspective from what they are seeing. Nope. Because of this.
I'll tell you this, there is other perspectives, different chapters. But the first time I wrote this chapter, that thing above wasn't there. I thought it would be the Doctor's perspective the entire way through. And it is for the first 3 chapters. But, yeah, after that, I realized I was in a first perspective, and other characters taking a prominent role in future chapters, it only makes sense from their perspective. So I had to add that little insert beginning there because it will be in other chapters later on, so you know whose perspective you're looking from.
I
It
mean,
says I do something.
I actually would prefer if it wasn't here.
So you can just guess who's talking?
I mean, you would actually get it right early when they are saying that, oh yeah, I'm looking at my phone and I missed my hand. Who would have mean? I don't know. Maybe it's Lyra.
Well, without that, it'd be a little more confusing later.
I mean, we already have a very big looking out of who can be, because they are going into the TARDIS, that can be only 5 ponies.
This time, yes. But with a new character appears later on that you've never been introduced to, it would be pretty confusing without some introduction at the top who you're perspective from.
Yeah.
But the Doctor's pretty familiar to a lot of people who watch the show, so...
It would have been even funnier than, yeah, I missed my hand and everything, and in the end we learned that, oh, we are not even talking about the Doctor, it's a different new Time Lord that has been also turned to the pony. I mean, we don't know, there might have been. I mean, we know there is, but there might be other
Well,
Time
I can
Lords.
tell you one that is that way, and you already read this part, so it's no spoiler.
I mean,
Card
I
Shark
know
was
about
that
me.
way.
And
Card
that's
Shark was
Missy.
also... Correct, because they're the same person. But yeah, anyway, the Master is the same one from the universe. So yeah, he too is aware of Mickey Mouse and airplanes and all that.
Yeah. And this was, looking at I thought, even though this was a very short chapter, we already are reaching the 1 hour mark. Wow. I mean,
Okay.
but we know, everyone knows that we are going off tangents all the time.
Huh?
And that's the more part of it.
Yep.
And it's better that we have a short chapter right now because at night time we continue the Hunter of Justice. Today.
Okay.
So, yeah. We have a new, I mean, the Doctor has a new mission. Complete, and we are going to meet White Card. And
Yeah.
get them on the ship.
I'm not perfectly certain who that is right now, although you do have your guesses. It's not been established in this chapter. What is established is kind of why he's on that mission. Because he's been received this report in this flash drive, which is giving him instructions for the next mission.
I mean, if White Card doesn't have, then everything will be different in the future and the past, because Missy won't be with Vision to stop the Daleks.
Right. Or with the Doctor when he stopped the Dark Star in the ancient past.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Dark Star would still happen. They will still stop it without Missy, without Card Shark. But then again, the Daleks wouldn't be stopped. So that thing that would change, and that thing that wouldn't change.
Oh yeah. There could be quite a number of things that might have changed, and if that encounter never happened, that is.
I mean, I'm assuming that stopping the time, the Dark Star is a locked time in space that always happens, no matter what you do.
Well, say you're right that he does appear in this arc. Whatever's accomplished from that will probably ripple forward into other arcs, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
But yeah, it seems like we are not gonna see the others this moment. Or maybe he will because he didn't go back to them. So I don't know if he's going back before going to Wildcard or after.
Well, all right. You're talking when you say the others, you're talking about Derpy, Sternwing, and
Yeah?
Featherwind. Okay. Try to remember. In the ancient past, when they met Card Shark, then that was the first time they met him, and that's something I keep in mind too. Throughout all of these arcs, Card Shark and Featherwind and everyone else around him is not supposed to meet until the ancient past when they were going after the Dark Star.
I mean, that's the thing that memory. They could be completely different only at that moment.
Oh yeah, well, memories can be manipulated. Otherwise, yeah, their meeting really didn't take place. But now the Doctor's not with them, so he can go off on his own little tangent here.
Yeah. I mean, we know that he is actually Time Lord as well, so he could be fully different only at that moment when they meet.
Yeah, that's possible.
So they don't meet with Dark Shark, but they could have met with him in a different form. Well, we know.
Yeah. Come to think of it, if they actually met
I mean,
Missy, they may not
I don't
associate
want to
with
say that, yeah, they actually met him in a female form.
Well,
Was
kind of,
wearing a
yeah,
ship.
they already did. She was wearing a spacesuit, but yeah, they did meet.
So yeah, in their mind they didn't meet him. But yeah, we will see how this goes next time in today.
Alright.
So yeah,
Thank you
thank you for being here. And see you all.
The story actually doesn't get many comments. Thank you.
No, it's not. It didn't tell me anything of what I should make for the intro, so we are gonna have this for now.
It's even more rare when I actually see a recording of someone.
Ah, nice, I thought nice. You can't change that anymore.
Couldn't read it though, yet the text was too small on my screen.
You really? But yeah, thank you again everyone for being here. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.